Welcome to Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Christina Daves, and today at More2 Media, we talk about all things digital marketing and advertising. And we have with us Maritza Lizama of Captiva Branding from Washington, D.C. Welcome, Maritza.
Thank you. Congratulations on pronouncing my name correctly.
My maiden name is Moldenhauer, so I get a pass on these things. Uh, so we're so excited to have you here today. We want to talk all things marketing. So what do you see is our biggest challenge coming up in the next 2 years in the marketing space?
Yeah, well, we're constantly evolving, and that's the wonderful thing about marketing. So we're always changing. Something's new. There's another trend. But I think that one of the biggest challenges is tracking your customers and finding out where they are, where they're coming from, and and actually quantifying and measuring the value of your customers.
I'd love to hear more. So how do you do that? If I'm, a solopreneur, what's the process? Obviously, I hire a firm, but how does your company do that and help me track where my leads are coming from and my customers?
The basic one is just looking at your web traffic through a free tool, Google Analytics, and that is something that there's lots of tutorials out there that are free that you can follow on how to install that on your website. But just learning about those metrics as to like, where is this traffic coming from? Where is it referring from? Is it from my social media channels? Is it from a specific affiliate or another website? That would be the first place to start.
Okay. And I have a question for you. We give you a questionnaire, you go through it. You talked about something I've never heard before. Tell me about holistic performance.
Ah, w- there's so with data, it's all parsed out. So you have data coming from your social media channels, and you can look at it individually on Facebook, LinkedIn, or you could use tools like a Hootsuite or a Buffer that gives you a dashboard and you can see all your metrics there. Then you also oftentimes have a email provider who you use to send out emails, and you'll have data coming from that. What are your opens, your clicks, your bounce rates? You also have your web analytics that Google Analytics could do. You could use SEMrush to look at your SEO performance. So there's all these tools that often are in silos, right? They're not talking to each other. And one of the best things to do is try to gain a holistic view of what all of these things are doing. If you're doing stuff on direct mail, if you're doing stuff via radio or podcast or things that are beyond those three channels, you want to see a holistic view of how those things are performing. Should I be doing more of that? Should I be doing less of that? Is that something that is bringing the right type of attention or website traffic to my site? So that's what we mean by holistic performance, and looking at less at likes and clicks and opens, but more as to how is this helping to grow my business? How is this translating into, oftentimes revenue is the major metric that we're looking at.
Yes, of course. And if I were to pick one thing, because you said you gave us a lot of options, what's the one tip you would give us to do?
To measure your performance,
Right. Well, with everything,
or just
to look at Google Analytics, look at your social media, look at your website, look at your email. If there was one super important one, which one would you say right now, Christina, focus on this and just see what you're getting through this?
yeah, I would say your home base is your website. Even if you're really active or not active on social media, even if you do a lot of speaking engagements, even if you do all those stuff, all roads should lead to your website. So that's where I would start. Just understanding what traffic is coming, what kind of visitors, how long are they staying, where are they dropping off. So I would start with your website analytics through Google Analytics.
That's fantastic information. I really appreciate you joining us today, Maritza. Thank you so much.
Good. Fantastic. Thank you, Christina, for your time.
And to learn more about Maritza and Captiva Branding, head over to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of More to Media, and I'll see you next time.